Hi, it's me again, and the endless supply of nonsense and propaganda stemming from TV licensing never ceases to amaze me. Although it's been a month since I made a video, so it's nice to be amazed again by something. Look at this one, look. Woman fined £438 and threatened with prison over 15 days TV licence mistake. Now, is this a public interest article, or is this propaganda put out by TV licensing? I mean, we both know the answer, obviously, don't we? But we should go through it anyway. A woman faced a £438 fine, bailiffs and prison. Pretty serious stuff for not paying a TV licence for 15 days. You can be fined up to £1,000 if you watch it. Right at the top, first bit of the article, scary, scary stuff. Buy a TV licence. Buy one, and this could be you. This could be you if you don't buy your TV licence. Right at the top of the article. And this is just a local news story. Is it? It's not, is it? It's not, is it? She explained how she was visited by a TV licence officer in January who asked if she was aware that I had no TV licence. Olivia says her partner used to pay it monthly but recently moved out. She hasn't received any reminder letters. Okay, solid story. I mean, I've got a problem there, but we'll circle back on that. She said, I received a verbal caution for my honest confession. A verbal caution, like the TV licence officer is a copper or something. A verbal caution. I would have some cautioned verbal for a TV licence officer if I happened to have been there for that one, but never mind. And he set up a direct debit to resume paying the licence. A confirmation letter in the post then came the next day for my payment plan. And a second letter with my name misspelled, which I stated wouldn't be prosecuted this time if I forgot all about that interaction. A couple of things stand out, don't they? One, we've got to get this message out there about not talking to them. Even if it is your mistake, like it was here, or you're doing something wrong on purpose, or you're like me, you genuinely don't need one. Do not ever talk to these people. Ever. Who the hell is this person to give a verbal caution on a doorstep like there's something important? They love it. They love feeling like they're important. Do you know what they don't love? When they knock on the door and you go, who are you? And they say, I'm from TV licensing. And you go, no thanks, mate. And you shut the door in their face. They don't like that because then they realise they're basically door-to-door duster salesmen and are unwanted on every doorstep in the country. We've got to get this message out there more than that. And set up a direct debit on the thing. Okay, so let's see where this goes. She went on, explaining how she moved when her landlord sold a house a few months later, transferring all her bills to a new property. But her life changed when she received a letter through the post demanding £438 or else. I don't think it will say for else on a TV licence letter. It's not one I've seen anyway. The further steps notice came from the Greater Manchester Accounts and Enforcement Unit. When she rang the number, she was told, you've been prosecuted. There's footage of you admitting to watching BBC iPlayer. The fine has skyrocketed from an initial fine due to her failure to turn up in court. When you haven't been paying it and you get a knock on the door from a goon and you talk to them and you say, oh, it was an oversight on my part, that's why I haven't had one, they will sell you a licence on the doorstep because money, they earn commission for that. It's probably about 30 quid per sale. They also, from what I gather, earn commission from prosecutions. So if you go answer the door and you admit to watching telly, you didn't know it had lapsed or anything, they will sell you a licence, but that enforcement officer can double their money by also prosecuting you too. It's not fully clear whether this is for the new address or for the old address, but as she phoned said, you've been prosecuted. There's footage of you admitting to watching BBC iPlayer. It probably was from the old address. Again, no good can come from talking to these goons. She thought it was all done and dusted. She said sorry. He said, I'll let you off this time. Set up a direct debit. He got his sale. Everything's hunky-dory. Now she's being prosecuted. Thankfully, when she turned up at magistrates, they decided her not paying the fee was unintentional. In a statement, a TV licensing spokesperson said, anyone who watches live TV, blah, blah, blah. TV licensing officers look for evidence that the law has been broken during visits. How will they do that then? Because you're not coming in. And if I'm not talking to you, where are you going to get your evidence from, sunshine? You're not. You're not. Don't talk to them. And if the customer agrees to make payments to avoid prosecution, also explains that these must be maintained. So did you take half the commission away from that goon that prosecuted her as well as selling her a license? I'd like to know that. No point asking you directly because you won't answer me. You never do. We then write to customers explaining again the need to maintain payments and asking if there are particular reasons which led to them not having a license. If we receive any information from a customer, we consider it before a case is laid out to court. Well, you didn't this time, did you? It actually went to court, and that lady went to court too, which was good, and pled her case and won. So if we receive any information from a customer, we consider it before a case is laid out in court. No, you've wasted the court's time and the court's costs there, didn't you? TV licensing's primary aim is to help people stay licensed. It is. That is TV licensing's primary aim, is to sell TV licenses. That's why I legally don't require a television license, and yet you send me letters every month threatening to send the boys round, because your primary aim is to sell licenses. And prosecution is always a last resort. I don't know. I don't know how they can type that with a straight face. I really don't. So credit where it's due to the court system on this one. Normally, we hear about the single justice procedure, stitching people up and all of that. This woman, it was okay. She still had to buy the license. She still had the scare of all of this and the nonsense of it all. I hope this Olivia watches this video, because Olivia, if you are watching, click this link. I'll put it down below as well. This is the video you're looking for on my channel, and it will explain everything you can and can't watch without a television license. And I reckon you can watch about 90% of the stuff you would watch anyway. So cancel it. This is how they've treated you. This is how much respect they have for you. Cancel your TV license. You don't need one. The whole system of TV licensing is an absolute mess. The mental turmoil it causes millions of people in this country trying to either find the money or the threat of prosecution or the scary letters could all be resolved. Could all be resolved if the BBC just did what every other TV channel manages to do and pay their own way in the world. It's ridiculous. And this hasn't made Birmingham Live's website, or maybe even publication if they have. Is there a local paper in Birmingham? I don't know. This hasn't made it to here because it's in the public interest for the people of Birmingham to read in their local news. This is here because BBC employ multiple PR agencies on multi-million-pound contracts to make sure stuff like this is out in the public eye all the time. And that's why the very first paragraph is all scary. Don't fall for it. You don't need a license. Maybe you do need a license. If you do use the service, pay for it. You know, I've always said that, haven't I? But have a look at that video and see what you can actually do without having a TV license. You'll be surprised. And even if you do pay it, or even if you're like me and you don't pay it perfectly legitimately, never, ever, ever talk to one of their goons when they knock on the door. They're TV license enforcement officers. You don't need to talk to them. They have no powers. They're not police. They're not bailiffs. They can't come into your property. No, thank you, mate. And you shut the door. That's all you've got to do. What do you think about this? I've made it quite clear what I think about it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And as always, while you're down there, leaving your comment, hit the like button. If you haven't already, please consider hitting the subscribe button, because if you do all of that, hopefully I'll get to see you in another video again soon. And I will make one soon. I won't leave another month gap. I was busy. I had so much work on. Madness it was. And then I was really poorly. So I'm stuck in Switzerland and I am absolutely dying of flu. I've not been well for a couple of weeks. But I'm better now, so I'll start making some videos again. Anyway, ta-da.